Okay, so hello and welcome to another video on the channel here. I know it's been a while since I posted my last video. I've been quite busy. I've still been cooking on IG. Okay, if you still don't follow me on IG, go ahead and will follow me. Okay, I'll leave a link down in the description below. I post a bunch of reels on like a weekly basis. I mean, I just started posting the reels kind of with demos of what we do at Camilla.ai, but I post a bunch of stories, so if you want to see the kind of day in the life stuff, more raw content, then subscribe to myself on there. Subscribe to this channel and watch this video until the end because it's going to be a very, very valuable video. I'm essentially going to be reacting to Serge Gatari's newest podcast with yours truly. So I went down to Montreal earlier this summer to film a podcast with him, and I'll be basically telling you I won't be going through the 1 hour and a half video. Obviously, I don't want this to make this too long for you, but I'm going to be writing the key takeaways of every single section of the podcast. So obviously, there's different sections here at the bottom. So I'll be essentially breaking down the main takeaways from each section. So as to condense it, I still highly recommend that you go check it out on Serge's channel. I am subscribed to him. This is just a different account. It's not my like YouTube account. But subscribe to Serge, subscribe to myself, watch this video until the end. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. I'll kind of play the intro here. I think my camera is going to disappear, but it's whatever. I'll play the intro, and then I'm going to go section by section. So let's get it.
So now you're 21?
Yeah.
You're 20 years old, making 20. How did you feel?
I was in the desert in Morocco. I got the email. That was the first wire from 75K.
Oh.
And I'm in the desert on vacation. I'm like, cool.
Did you go home and be like, hey guys, you guys don't need to pay rent this month, I got you? So I'm looking at the compounding. I'm like, what? 20
Yeah,
mil recurring?
Right, I was a personal trainer back in the day. Good Life Fitness here in Canada. First day, $30 a day was our budget. It was 16 calls. Like, okay, what the hell is happening? Next day, like 12 calls. Within 3 days, my 2 next week completely booked out. And I hadn't blocked off even time for lunch or stuff.
If you lock in these customers, bro, your kids are set.
Yeah, that's true.
Welcome, guys. So today, I'm bringing you guys
Edgar Amana, full name.
Founder at Camilla.ai. Let's get it. Okay, so let's start to break down section by section. So me, Edgar, from fitness trainer to digital entrepreneur. Basically, we just spoke about how I got to know Serge and whatnot. Basically, I just bought one of his courses / implementation programs a couple of years ago. I think it was 2 years and a half at this point. Was 2023, March of 2023. Experimented in solar, went through real estate, kind of Airbnb rentals, like marketing for them. That's the first time I hit 23K cash recurring a month. And then I shifted into building our AI solution, which is now Camille.ai, live from last year, October 2024. I explained a bit about pricing model, and that's kind of what I want to cover in this video, because if you're watching this right now, you want more business advice. Either you're starting your agency, freelancing, or something in that regard. So number one will be covered in the pod, and Serge is a big component of this. It's my same mentality in business, and a business is money in. Okay, it's as simple as that. I think I actually take this quote from Tate, but the principle remains: a business is money in. If you don't have money in, you don't have a business. Okay, so until you get your first client, it's not a business. And therefore, your main goal as a business is not fulfillment, is not onboarding, is not a logo. It's about getting a stranger to give you dollars in exchange, not for a service, but for an outcome. Okay? We don't use AI to sell AI. We use AI for the advantages and benefits that it brings us, right? You use ChatGPT not because you can, like Google is irrelevant, but because Google doesn't give you the answer as slow, as fast, and it has limited capabilities versus ChatGPT, which is also why OpenAI has scaled massively their company valuation. So a business is money in, getting a stranger to give you dollars in exchange for an outcome. In order to do this, well, you literally just have to go through sales. Offer, I would actually put offer and then sales. Okay, and most importantly, offer positioning. Positioning. In the video, Serge asks me how I'm able to charge a recurring to our AI system. Because most people, most gurus that you'll see online charge 10K flat up front. It's a 3-month program, and then bye-bye, like you just do your thing and we'll do our thing. But that's a waste of a customer because you just went through a bunch of time. You maybe hopped on 2-3 calls. You spent money on ad spend. You probably wasted some time with a couple people on calls to close this one deal. And yes, cool, you collected 10K up front, but then this person is gone within 3 months, right? Versus if you keep people on a 1K, 1.5K a month recurring, you're actually going to make more in the rest of the year. Now, the key is delivering value on a monthly basis. So you want an offer where you can give value monthly. Okay? And it doesn't even have to necessarily be active, but it can be passive. For example, in my case, I pay software. Therefore, clients pay software, except it's rebuilt to us. And basically, yes, it does cover our software costs, but our software costs don't necessarily increase with the number of customers that we have. So if we have 100 customers, our AI calling software, for example, is still 1.5K a month, and we rebuild the minutes. But it's just for the fact of I'm paying 1.5K a month for software. Therefore, for this specific software, you'll have to pay $200 a month, $300 a month. And plus, you get a dev associated to your account that can do all the programmation stuff yourself. I actually pay for the software just raw. So when you stack all these different softwares that we're using, it makes sense to charge people 1K, 1.5K, maybe even 2 to 3K, depending on the size of the company, for, hey, you're having all your softwares in one, plus you have access to a dev and a team of devs to make sure it's up to date and make sure it's performing flawlessly, add in updates and whatnot. Okay, so that's essentially how I go about structuring my pricing model as an AI business. And the reason why this is also extremely powerful, like a double-edged sword, you're getting the upfront PIF, so you're profitable from day one. You're getting your recurring, so you have kind of a net on a monthly basis, a safety net of like maybe you're cutting even on your expenses or whatever, even if you don't close any PIFs. But then also you gain increased company valuation. In the video, in the pod, I talk about how it's Keaton sold his agency. He kind of just wanted to like get out of the agency space. He was making a bunch with Go High Level Affiliate, but instead of just closing down the business, he sold it. And the only way you're able to do that is because next month your business is not starting from zero, right? You don't have to say, okay, all the clients like, bye, we're not doing this service anymore. You can sell it to a company, and he sold it for like 700 grand, $1 million, which is not nothing, right? You still have built something with some value, so might as well sell it and get an extra mil, for your efforts. We broke down, so I was in real estate when this pod was filmed. Now we're not anymore in real estate. We're more of like a custom dev company, which actually in the pod, Serge did not recommend we do that just because of like the difficulty, the more like increased difficulty of managing employees and all that stuff. Perhaps in the next video, I'll get into why that was actually the better move for us, but for now we'll just ignore that. Finally, let's get into like focus, untapped niches, and building authority. So my logic, which was approved by Serge in the pod, to choosing a niche. Okay, is basically you want to go broad. Broad, work with many niches. Find which one you enjoy, or have an edge in. In my case with the Airbnb rentals, I had a client, had great results. I could leverage the case study and boom, scaled it very, very fast. Scaled it from that one client to 25 clients within a month, right? If you're currently working in a job in a certain industry, you have an edge. You understand that industry better than anyone. You have some leverage, okay? Always use that. Now, once you found that niche, go get funding. This can be the bank, this can be the government, etc. I don't know about venture capital. I haven't done that. Funding, develop a solution. You could do it cash with your own money, as I kind of did, and then later on I went and got funding. My mentality now is I would just get funding right away. If you can get it right now for AI, which you can get it. Everyone's kind of throwing money at the AI thing right now, the banks, governments. So you can get the best kind of agreements in that regard to then develop your solution and then take it to the moon. Okay, so that should be kind of your way. You find a niche which you enjoy or have an edge in. You get funding, you develop your solution, and you scale it to the moon, because which basically to the moon means you have a bunch of monthly recurring revenue, company valuation, and as Serge said, your kids are set for life. Okay? This is another thing. The final thing actually that I'll end this video off of, because as you know, I don't like to make these too long, but it's about locking in. Okay? You only get one shot, especially once you're with funding. Okay? You don't want to do dumb shit with funding. Pardon my language, but that's true. So you only get one shot right now with the AI thing to grab a significant portion of the market and put everyone on their recurring contracts. And it's not about locking people in on contracts, but the thing is, AI is open source, so anyone can create your AI solution. So the only thing separating you and others right now as you're watching this video, because chances are you are not the only person in your niche with an edge. So if you want to leverage that edge to the best of its ability, get funding. Capital makes things move faster, develop it faster, and scale it. Okay, grab up a significant portion of the market so that you can already build the MRR, and people will stay with you because you're the only thing they've known. You're the AI company, or you're the AI guy for them. And that's how literally Serge goes into quite depth. I would, if there's one part of the podcast to watch, it's watching from 125 up until the end of the video. But that's literally how you build generational wealth, $10 million plus. Okay? So, on that regard, I know this was probably a way different style of video than what I typically do. A bit all over the place, but I'm trying to recap almost a 2-hour video here in 15 minutes, okay? So those were the main takeaway points. If you want more about my story, watch the first like 20 minutes of the video, maybe 30 minutes. And yeah, please apply all of these, learn from my mistakes, okay? And yeah, build generational wealth.